Hey guys, it's Kristen and you're watching the Fan Club. Today I'm talking about the second episode of Girl Meets World titled Girl Meets Boy. Just a little disclaimer, my review of the third episode of Girl Meets World is already up, so I will leave a link in the description box and also at the end of this video if you want to check it out. In this episode of Girl Meets World, Riley is obsessed with her smartphone. She can't even talk to Lucas in real life because she's too nervous and just resorts to texting him whenever she needs to say something to him. And Corey realizes that she's not the only one. Pretty much everyone in his classes are just zombies with smartphones. Their emotions are kind of dulled because they're just so used to being behind a screen or, you know, behind a little keypad on their phones. So Corey decides that in order to fix this, he's going to assign a project where his students have to basically learn more about human interaction and how technology affects it. And the catch is that they can't use any technology at all to do this project. So they have to go to the New York Public Library and do all of their work there, and it's actually really silly because all of them are like, "We're from another planet, 7th grade middle school, we've never been to the library before," and it's just all very silly. At the library, Lucas and Riley work together, and Maya and Farkle work together, and the librarian actually, even though she just wants them all to shush, she inspires Riley and helps her figure out exactly what this assignment is about. So she gets to talk more with Lucas and listen to what he has to say, and she just learns more about him, and I think that's great because we kind of learn more about him. I know that in my last recap I said for episode 3 that I didn't really feel like Lucas had a lot of lines, he didn't really have a lot of character development going on, and I felt like in this episode, which was episode 2, we really got to see a lot more of that. I really think we got to learn a lot more about Lucas in this episode. There's a part where Maya makes a joke about him and he's like, whatever, and lets it brush off his shoulders, and I think that, you know, really is showing us the kind of person he is. There's another part where he talks to Riley about, you know, just like what he wants to do with his life, and he says that he's interested in being a veterinarian. I thought that was really cool because it did kind of give me a little bit of throwback to Topanga. You know, she was always an environmentalist, and I thought that kind of resonated a little bit with him as well. So I thought that was pretty awesome that we got to learn more about him. But it does kind of make me concerned that in the third episode, it was kind of like we're going back to square one. You know, I think that what we got in this episode with Lucas was really great, and I would love to see them do more of that. Although I did get a comment from someone named Rover3 on my last video who said that they actually went to the season finale taping and that Lucas does get more developed as a character, and so I'm excited to see that, and thank you for that comment. I was really glad that we got to learn a little bit more about Maya in this episode. I feel like the writers are dropping little hints that, you know, we know that Maya doesn't have the best life at home. So in this episode, they talked about how she doesn't have a smartphone like everyone else at school, so she was actually glad that Corey made the assignment that you couldn't use your smartphone because she didn't have one anyway. And in this episode, we also learned that she can draw, which she didn't even know, which I think is a really cool thing also to kind of, you know, have the character and the audience discovering all of these things at one time. At the end of the episode, Corey gives Maya a smartphone and a box of colored pencils under the guise that, like, he wants her to check up on Riley for him, but really you can tell that he's giving her these things because he feels that she's kind of like a daughter to him. And I think that that was really sweet, and I like that they have this like kind of father-daughter connection, especially since we're gonna probably learn more about Maya's difficult home life, and at least she has Riley and Riley's family to support her. I think that this series is really fun, and it's such a good throwback, you know. There's all this nostalgia for the Boy Meets World series going on, and you get to meet these new characters, and I just think it's a great continuation of this show. That was my recap and review of the second episode of Girl Meets World. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you are, and don't forget to check out Girl Meets World on Disney Channel Friday nights at 8:30. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Girl Meets World. I will leave a link to the third episode recap and review in the description box below, and also at the end of this video if you want to check it out. I hope you guys do, and I will also leave my social media links in the description box below. Make sure to click that subscribe button because I upload new videos every week. Alright, see ya!